Dancing Queen, he's got the YouTube show. Dancing Queen, he's got the reggae show.
Live and direct right here at Don Sinclair at the YouTube studios. It's all about the reggae vibe. Select Hype live and direct. Big shout out reaching out to all of those who have been subscribing. Remember what to do. Just click that subscribe button and make sure you check out all the rest of the interviews and all the footage that we have coming your way from previous, present and in the future. Live and direct, our special guest that we have is a legend when it comes to reggae music. A lot of people may not be familiar with him, but when it comes to certain eras of reggae music, this man's name has to be called. So we welcome live and direct in the YouTube studio, Don Sinclair, the man himself.
Yeah, man.
Bunny Lye Lye. How you doing, fam?
Love. Yeah, man, nothing there, you know. Everything all right, and we're there going to see how the things set, and, you know, glad to be here with the eye.
Okay, well, it's a pleasure to meet you. Let's just take it right the way back in terms of growing up listening to reggae music. At what point of your career, or what age was you when you decided to say, you know what, reggae music is something that I'm going to take up as a professional?
At the time when I entered the music, my age was about 16. Mm-hmm. And I give thanks, you know, for entering it at that time, and I feel very good. So it's like, you know, I take it further. So automatically I'm here.
Mm-hmm. So at the age of 16, what was you listening to then that was making you, what reggae artists were out there that you was listening and taking in?
My favorite reggae artist at the time when I started was, like, you know, I listened to Dennis Brown, Gregory Isaac, mm-hmm. Barrington Levy, Freddie McGregor, and Brent Dow. You know, those was my type of guy. You know,
okay.
them have some good topic, and I love what they was doing at the time when I entered the music business.
And how important was the topics that they were singing at that particular time? Was that one of the main things that influenced you to sing the style of music that you're singing up to this present day?
Yeah, true. That's what influenced me. You know, and the way how they does it. Especially Gregory Isaac, I like him a lot with he do, you know, Lover Rock and also some other songs, you know. So I feel very glad that I do it that way, you know, and follow their footsteps, because they're older than me. So, you know, I take it from the legend of legends.
And just tell us about some of the songs that you've done previously, some of the hit songs that you've had out there, and some of the artists and producers and that you have worked with over the years.
In my time, I work with people like Jack Thomas, Linval Thompson, Captain Simbad, a guy from Battersea, Mr. Palmer.
Okay.
And I work with a lot of producers, because I started, as you know, from Jamaica, so I basically do things a little bit different. So I do it like, I know it should be done, and I try my best and ask God to help me. And, you know, right now, that's why I'm here.
Mm-hmm. And that was like literally the next question I was going to say. Is that I know that you did start out your career in Jamaica and then coming over here, and you did say there is a difference. But what is that difference between the vibes over there in Jamaica and how we do it inside the UK?
I don't find it that much difference, you know, because, you know, music is music. You know, no matter what type of music you listen to or what you want to do. But when I come over here, it's like the pace was a bit smooth.
Okay.
You know, Jamaican pace, you got to move fast. And if you don't move fast, you don't enter. So over here was a bit smooth. So I take it very relaxing, because, as you know, when you're doing music, you have to do it cool. You don't want to be doing it rushy, no matter what type of music you do. So I feel very good, and I thank, you know, Her Majesty government for making me be here.
And when it comes to songwriting and the way how you put it across, there's so many, I mean, I've interviewed so many artists, and they've all got a different kind of way of songwriting. How do you go about writing a song? Is it like an everyday experience, or is it something that you just kind of like come up with a subject and then just go with that?
It's not so easy, you know. Every artist will say that word, not so easy. But if you clarify what you're doing and know what you're doing and what you need to do, then you will do it. Yeah. And the first thing I like to say, you know, when you're doing music, you got to, you know, put yourself with God first. You know, no matter what creator you praise, but you got to praise somebody in any way. And music is on that topic for me, because I like, when I'm doing a music, if I'm going to do a song, I like to, you know, to say, thank you, Lord, because I'm going to do something. And if I voice a song and come home, I thank the Lord for it. So I was feeling very great at that time to doing it.
But it's massive. It's all about Don Sinclair right here. Remember to please subscribe, click the like channel, and so everything is definitely good to go. We have got the man himself, Bunny Lye Lye, live and direct inside the place. Like I said, you've been in the game for a long time now.
Yeah, man.
We can go back and forth on various subjects, but I'm gonna kind of like bring it to the present moment right now.
Right.
Seeing what you've done and seeing the artists and everybody that's out there right now doing their thing. What's your kind of like what's your opinion and then should we say on the current state of reggae music right now? How are you seeing the vibes?
It's up and it's around. But the thing about it, what is happening now is that you find that the music business, enough people say change. I don't see the music business change. What I see, technology comes in.
Okay.
And then you find the older folks, they don't, they are not keeping up with this computer system. So you find people like young artists like Alkaline and all those young guys comes in the business because you have a new technology. So it have a different swing. But if you're smart, you can take the whole music and mix it with the computer. It's just like analog and digital.
And that's something that you've definitely took up on because your very presence in social media is up there a lot. And there's a lot of people showing you a lot of respect for all the work that you put in. Yeah.
I thank a lot of people, I thank Trevor Elliott, Clinton Lindsay from New York. He was the first man. When I did my first, I returned back to the business and did, my song. He called me and said, can you do a Slim Smith for me? And I say to you, what Slim Smith you want me to do? And he said, Turning Point. So I get in my house and listen to the song. And when I listen to the song, I said, I'm going to do this, but I'm going to get it done. But I got my young grandson, which is Bucky Joe, which I think he was here before me. Yeah. And we sit down and manifest out the song and try to get it going good, you know what I mean? And when I finished the song and sent it back to the United States, Clinton Lindsay was surprised. He didn't know I wasn't, because, he was looking for me doing it the chaka way, but I do it the right way. I'm a man, I am, So it good for me, So I try my best to do everything the proper way.
Okay, and in terms of like future plans or present plans right now, is there any songs out there that we can be checking out? I know you're going to be doing a performance for us a little later on, but what is there anything that we should be looking out for right now in terms of music?
All right then. We got a song named Everything Blessed, which I'm going to do for you after this. We are doing some very good things with it right now. We're doing hats, t-shirt, all type of things. So we are moving the project not just with the song, but we are doing everything to come around the song.
So it's more like building a brand.
We have to build a brand. That's how music is staying now. Because a lot of people just see music and they just say, yeah. Music is like a brand now. It's different. That's why I'm saying to you, in the old days, you could do something and get away. Now the computer is in, you have to work with that. Because the younger folks, they know it more than you, so you got to work with them.
Cool. And if like I said, we're going to go back and forth. If you had to change anything right now, because it's like 40 odd years you've been in the team.
41 years, yeah.
41, see, I was very close. That's a long time.
Yeah, very long.
You know what I mean? Considering I am 41. So, right. Yeah, you started just born, like, you know what I mean? So,
sure.
The amount of technology and everything that's moved up until that present time, is there anything that you would have changed and done better, or probably like says, you know what, I wouldn't have bothered done that, or maybe took up this particular instrument or anything like that where you would have just changed?
Something I would change. I would more, if I was starting back or going back to where I started, I would try to play the guitar more.
Okay.
Because sometimes the musician is a bit, very tedious to get. And a lot of them know it's getting old. The good ones are getting old. The young ones, they are playing a different flavor of music. So if I could go back those time and do that, keep playing the guitar, I think I would be successful on that.
Okay, is that something that you might still try?
I think I would take it, but
time?
I would leave it to my grandson.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
How do you feel about his vibes right now? Because he was here performing earlier on. Is there any advice or guidance that you've given him?
Oh, that Bucky Joe.
Yeah.
I give him a lot of advice, a lot of advice. It's like when we team up together, I show him how to move and what to do. Because the point is, reggae business is a ups and down business. With every music, not just with reggae business. And you got to know what you're stepping at and what you're looking for. So I guide him the best way I can, and that's how I see it.
And who are you listening to now, apart from him and giving him advice? Is there any new artists out there, new singers, even if it's away from reggae music that you're listening to now and kind of like feeling the vibes from?
There's a lot of couple of them come around the studio. You know, you got a lot of them have good potential, but you can have good potential, but you have to put yourself there. You don't use having the potential and just talking.
Yeah.
Talking is cheap, as some people would say. So I see some people. I see a couple of them is coming up, and you know, if they keep going, I think I will work with them. But I have a good friend, Ice. He's here with me today. He's going to perform for you, and you know, he's trying his best, and I give thanks to see that he's trying his best. And anything I can do to help them, I will try and help them. But I'm working with a couple of them, which you know they're very similar to deal with, but I know I will get it.
Okay then, and like I said, 41 years in the business, big man, still looking young,
Trying to.
relevant.
Trying to.
Do you think there's an age restriction on doing music? Is there a point where you say, boy, you know, too old for this thing, you know, or anything? Do you think there is an age limit on this whole music industry to where it's moving?
No, age thing, you know, it's just that era. Music is just like something where we go around in a circle, right? So you have to know how to move and when for them. And music right now, otherwise, it is a package.
Yeah.
If you're promoting an artist now, you got to promote a package. You can't just promote him just because he can sing or just because she can sing. You got to have a package, a full load. And with some of the old guys, they don't want to move. They want to stick to the same similar little old thing, and you got to move now, because the younger folks is out there. They're moving up the clock, man, and that's it.
If there's anything that you would change in the industry, what would you change to make it better? So there's a few people saying
I think
that
I would
reggae
go back
music's
to
not
analog.
better. Old school.
Definitely, yeah, because that sound, you know, sound is what made the music, and we are not getting the full sound now. We are just getting a little piece, because I'm not fighting against the computer. The computer is very good, and you can back it up with the analog. But analog is very dry and nice when you know, put on all your little flavors and all those things. It's not like the computer where you cut and slice and you know what I mean. So I give thanks. If I could change it, I would change it and go back to analog.
And I know that you're a big fan of sound system culture.
Right.
We're one of the artists that a lot of people try and run down to try and get and try and
a lot
voice.
of them try to find.
There was that big historical moment with Saxon and
King you know about that.
King Addies. Yeah, everybody knows. That's gone down in history.
Yeah, that's the issue. It's up to last night we was talking that in the recording studio.
How did you feel about it when the audio came out and it was like, wow, this kind of like got to a point where it was just all based on this Bunny Lye Lye song, which kind of, I don't even want to say it, but it kind of went downhill for Saxon from.
But I'm going to tell you something. I didn't know nothing about it.
Okay.
It's when I came to England, fly back to England. I hear about this clash with Saxon and Haddis in Birmingham, and then after that, I think Haddis cramped him in Bermuda.
Yeah,
and Babyface is a good friend of mine. I want to, you know, God bless his soul. And you know, as I say, it's like I didn't even know nothing about it, but it was a good thing, because when I see the clips. And it's Bucky Joe who played the clips to me.
Okay.
And I see it, and that you're talking about 14 years, 15, 16 years now.
A good while back now.
Right. And when I see it, it was good. It was good. Because I always have to say, Saxon give me the name, but Babyface make me make the money.
Well, it's been a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you very much, man.
At the Don Sinclair Reggae Vibes. Is there any messages that you want to give to Don Sinclair and all the listeners that are tuning in right now?
Well, sorry. Well, I got to say, enough respect go to Don Sinclair and all the folks who are here, the cameraman, all who make this possible. And up to yourself, and I thank you very much for coming here and to say, you know, to say things. And I got a new album coming out, which the album is called I'm Here, I'm Here. We finished a lot of tracks on it already. We just want to, you know, put it to the right.
Is there a release date for that?
We got a release date. I think it's between the end of June.
Okay.
And the first of July, yeah. So that's one of my big aim, you know, the album. And then I have a tour coming up in the United States, which that is very setting right now. It's getting going, and you know, hopefully I can do more songs for people, you know, who love my songs. And I thank you, and I thank the whole crew.
Well, that is it, massive. It's a wrap, and that's how we do it. Big. Don Sinclair's Reggae Vibes right here at the YouTube arena. Make sure you check it out. Please subscribe. Keep it locked. We're out. Peace.
Bless up.